I will conquer what has not been conquered. Defeat will not be in my creed. I will believe what others have doubted. I will always endeavor to uphold the esteem, honor, and respect of my team. I have trained my mind and my body will follow. Who am I? I am the champion. I will acknowledge the fact that my opponents do not expect me to win. But I will never surrender. Weakness will not be in my heart. I will look to my comrades and to those who have brought me to this world and those who have trained me, and I will draw strength from them. Who am I? I am the champion. I will gradually go out into the field of battle, and I will move in everything I can do. And I will reach my field of battle at any means at my disposal. And when I get there, I will ride violently. I will rip the heart from my enemy and leave it bleeding on the ground, because he cannot stop me. Who am I? I am the champion. To my side, I have comrades. Comrades that have been through me through thick and thin, through sacrifice, through blood, through sweat, through tears. Never will I let them fall. Never will I let them down. And I will never leave an enemy behind. Because our opponent does not know my heart. Who am I? I am the champion. No one will deny me. No one will define me. And no one will tell me who and what I am. It can be. Belief will change my world. It has moved continents, it has moved countries, it has put man on the moon. And it will carry me through this battle. Who am I? I am the champion. Defeat, retreat, those are not in my words. I don't understand those definitions. I don't understand when things go wrong. I don't understand mistakes. But I do understand this. I understand victory, and I understand never surrendering. No matter how bad things go, my heart, my mind will carry my body and my limbs through me. Who am I? I am the champion. Today will be that day. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now, right here, in your house and in your home. Who am I? I am the champion. History will remember me. I will not let worry about him being kind. I will define myself. I will write my own praises. And none will tell me what I can never be. I will never go out not knowing I've given everything I've got. Because who am I? I am the champion. 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 Champions on me, champions on me. 1, 2, 3, champion. Go get these boys.
Hey, let's go. Get in here. Let's go. Get in here right now. Get in here. Hey, we got 30 minutes for the rest of our lives. 30 minutes for the rest of our lives. That's our battle in the first half. It ain't happening. We get the ball. I promise you one thing. We're going to hit somebody, and we're taking down the field for a touchdown. I guarantee you that.
Guaranteed.
Look at me. Look at me.
Let's go.
We got 30 minutes.
Let's go.
For the rest of our lives.
For the rest of our lives.
Let's go.
Let's go. Lock arms. Hey. We a team. Hey. Lock arms. Lock arms. Hey. Put your heart on the table. Hey, we got to go. Show up. Hey. Let's go, D. Hey.
I've always been told that I'm too small, I'm not big enough, I'm not fast enough, I don't have what it takes. I prepare so no one can take what is mine. No one can replace my mind, my heart. To be the best and stay there, sweat is necessary. I'm older, of course I'm older. That's the beauty of it. 16 years plus. Different level of wisdom, different level of understanding, different level of punishment. I want to live long after my records have fallen, long after my rings have tarnished. And whatever you got to do to make sure you chase your legacy every second of your life. Will you be remembered? How would you be remembered? Why wouldn't you fight for the greatest achievement ever? Leave your mark to endure forever.
Let's go. Ain't no room for hesitation up in here. It's time to leave it on the field. Because it's game time. It's time to make your hard work pay off. Make your mom and dad proud. Make your opponent pay the price. It's time to step up and get it done, son. You go hard or you go home. From the first whistle to the last. Bring it all day, every play. Because you know your boys is gonna put on the line for you. They got your back, so you better have theirs. This is about the team. It's about pride. It's about who's the hungriest. So what's it gonna be, man? You gonna leave it on the field, or you gonna leave it inside? You gonna leave it or something in your tank, or you gonna do what champions do? Leave nothing.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time to bring it. Bring it like you came to play. Bring it like you got something to prove. Because you know what? You do have something to prove. You're gonna prove what you're made of. Prove what kind of heart you got in your chest. Prove to your teammates and your school and your family that there ain't no quitting this kid. You ain't got nothing but motor. Foot to the floor on every play. Representing your boys all day. No excuses, no hesitation, because it's game time. Time to get up and get the job done.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! And don't do that! And don't do that!
When I step on the field, I send one message.
And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's hunt now! Let's hunt now! Let's go! Let's hunt! We made it! And don't do that! And don't do that!
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yap. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yap. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We made it! And don't do that! And don't do that! It's a wrap. Game over.
You ready to do this? You ready to make your presence known? Make your opponent wish he never got off the bus? Are you ready to dominate? Be a one-man highlight reel. Leave it all on the field. Are you ready to play, man? Are you ready?
I'm TJ Houshmandzadeh, wide receiver from Seattle. You think you got one opponent today? Think again. Because today you go up against more than a football team. Today your opponent is fear. Today your opponent is hesitation. Today your opponent is every person who's ever doubted you. The people who told you you weren't good enough. Said you would never make the team. Never be a starter. Never be a champion. Never mind all that. Today is your chance to rise above. Show the world what you can do. Make sure they remember your name. And never forget your heart. Today, your opponent is yourself. Because only you decide if you stand or fall. Only you can control what happens between the whistles. So what are you gonna do? You gonna leave a shred of doubt in anyone's head? Or you gonna leave nothing?
What's up? This is Sean Lights Out Merriman, linebacker for San Diego, here with the Game Day Remix. That's right, Merriman's up in here for Game Day. You know it's time to go to that place, son. That place of intensity, where the only thought in your head is winning. And what you need to do to make it happen. Cause this here is where the world disappears. And the only place that exists is a field of battle. You ready to get it on?
This your boy Deshaun Jackson, you know how I do. But this ain't about being flashy. This is game day, son. It's only about one thing. Getting that W. That's the only thing that matters right now. Boy, you ready?
Yo, this is JT, defensive end from New York. And I got a few questions for you. Like, how hungry are you for this win? Enough to sacrifice your body? Play through the pain? Are you battling to the point of collapse? You ain't getting this win for free. It belongs to the man who's willing to bleed for it.
All right, it's game day. You only got one job to do. That's win. That means you stay focused for 4 quarters. Know your assignments and finish on every play. Don't be looking for shortcuts, and don't even think about making excuses. Because if you want the W, you're gonna have to earn it. Nothing comes for free. Not 1 yard. You pay for it with sweat, with determination, with heart. You do things the right way, because that's the only way. You pick up your teammates. You keep your head high. And you remember everything you went through to get here. Because at the end of the day, there's only one person looking back at you in the mirror. And that's one person you don't want to cheat. So now it's on you. It's your decision to make. You gonna hold back and leave a little something inside? Or you gonna do your job and leave nothing?
This is Matt Ryan coming at you on game day. You ready to step up and take control from the first whistle? Because that's what a leader does.
Tonight is about each other. Tonight is about relentless football. And anything about to touch the football can't get knocked out tonight. Let's do what we do best on 3. 1, 2, 3.
This is Steven Jackson, St. Louis running back. Ain't no day like game day. Because on game day, everything's equal. Doesn't matter if you're undefeated or you're looking for your first win. When there's double zeros on the scoreboard, it's anyone's game. So forget what you did last week, what you did last year, or what you're supposed to do next year. Game day's about what you do right now. Because you'll never have this opportunity again. Game day's not about to give you second chances. You get it done or you go home. No such thing as underdog. No such thing as a favorite. Only thing that matters right now is the game and how bad you want to bring it. Leave nothing.
I'm a natural-born leader.
Follow my lead and I promise I'll get you there. Follow my leader, come on.
Just by looking in a man's eyes and say, look, I'm not telling you something for my benefit. I'm telling you something for the benefit of us.
We got to communicate and think mentally. Everybody got to know that there's somebody beside you that's depending on you. All right, it's up to us to go out and win this game.
I said, now I need every man to believe that in their hearts. And I don't care what goes on in this season, don't you ever turn your back on one another. Ever.
We got each other. We don't need nobody else.
If I got your back, you got my back. If I go to war, we go to war together. We're trying to be the greatest of all time, bottom line. And if that's what they put before us, let's go get it. Now, even people that don't like me got to watch me. I went into a gladiator mentality. I went into a gladiator mode. We was in grudge matches. It was pure dominance. We scored a touchdown first, game over. And it repeated. And that was the trend. If we got up on anybody, 3 points, 7 points, game over.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
We ask for a chance is fair.
We ask for a chance is fair.
Chance to equal our stripes.
Chance to equal our stripes.
Chance to do it there.
Chance to do it there.
We should win.
We should win.
Let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
Faith and honor held high.
Faith and honor held high.
We should lose.
We should lose.
Stand by the road.
Stand by the road.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Day by day.
Day by day.
We get better and better.
We get better and better.
So we can't beat beat.
We can't beat beat.
Whoa, beat.
Whoa.
I can't thank you guys for the opportunity. Let me tell you something. If tomorrow wasn't promised, what would you give for today? Forget everything else. Forget everything else. Forget that there was any sunlight left. What would you spend today thinking about? Yourself or the man that's beside you? Or the man that you know you'll give everything in your heart for? We get one opportunity in life, one chance in life to do whatever you're gonna do, to lay your foundation, to make whatever mark you're gonna make, whatever legacy you're gonna leave your legacy. And it's found through effort. Wins and losses come a dime a dozen. But effort, nobody can judge effort. Because effort is between you and you. Effort ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. So that team that think they're ready to see you, they think what they seen on film, they ain't saw what film shows. Because every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. So now you got to go out and show them that I'm a different creature now than I was 5 minutes ago. Because I'm for greatness. Because if you ain't for greatness, that means you okay with being mediocre. Ain't no man in here okay with being just basic. So let's do what we do. Tonight, we ain't got to worry about taking no breaks. Don't worry about taking no breaks.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're gonna crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get it kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I mean, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I threw away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. Hell yeah. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. Hell yeah. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for every single day of my life. Maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses.
It's real simple. You got 2 more quarters and that's it. Now, most of you have been playing this game for 10 years. You got 2 more quarters, and after that, most of you will never play this game again as long as you live. I want you to take a moment, and I want you to look each other in the eyes. I want you to put each other in your hearts forever, because forever is about to happen here in just a few minutes.
3 claps, we're ready tonight. 3 claps. 3 claps. 3 claps. 27 years ago, I sat in this locker room just like you guys, on a knee, getting ready to play a game. I walked down the locker room, it still smells the same. It takes you back real quick. One of the things that caught me was how fast 27 years goes by. There's so many people that live vicariously through you. I would give anything tonight to jump in one of these uniforms with you guys.
To do something I never had an opportunity to do. My father never saw me play. You play for your fathers tonight.
That feeling goes away. It goes away, and it doesn't come every Friday night. It comes when you get married. It comes when your child's born. So you get it, but you just don't get it every Friday night. You're gonna miss that more than anything in the world. That's what I miss. And so you seniors that are focused on college, you're focused on your work after high school, what you're gonna do next, you're focused on tomorrow, aren't you? You got plenty of time for tomorrow. But these tonights, they're going by fast. You focus on tonight. This is about you guys. This is about the guys in this room that care about each other, that know there's only so many more of these nights left. It's about you. They're a faceless opponent. They just happen to draw the short straw tonight. Now get us ready to play. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. I told you before, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. Growing up is painful. It's not easy. But that's what our program is about, in case you haven't figured it out. It ain't about the football. It ain't about scoring touchdowns.
And it ain't about the win streak. It's about moving you in a direction that will assist you and help you grow up. So when you can take your place out in the world and out in society and out in our community, you can be depended on. And we're going to find out if you guys can grow up or you want to remain as children. Just to clarify a little bit more about what coaches were talking about, what they're saying is there's an element missing on this team. What's missing? You know what's missing, they were talking about it today. It's your heart, it's your guts, it's your belief in each other, it's your belief in the team. That's why there's that little voice in the back of your head thinking the shoe's going to drop and we're going to lose. And I think you're waiting for next week for it to happen. Everyone's talking to you saying, well, you can't win them all, and this streak is bound to go away, and you're bound to lose sooner or later, and I think you've all believed it. When it happens, you're all going to blame each other. That's what's going to happen. You're all going to blame each other. It wasn't me. I think you guys are petrified of modern day. I really do. I could see it in your faces. I could see it in your work ethic. As I watched that modern day film all this week. And that team is beatable. By this team, by more than one touchdown. But you don't believe it.
And that's really something that's going to have to change if we want to do this year and have a good season. I think we're not confident enough, especially with our linemen. You guys aren't confident in your abilities to make blocks and get downfield and hit people. I don't see why that is. We've been working since January. Everyone on our team, we just need to find something to play for. Just have a purpose to play for, whether it's for your teammates, for our coaches. So we owe them a lot. There's no way that we're going to lose this year if we do what we need to do. And right now, we're not doing that. And that's just going to have to change tomorrow if we want to get ready for next week. So I bet you that amount of days is going to be... If I ever lost a team 2 years in a row, I want to tear somebody's head off. They've been working with their coaches all summer long on routes, on defenses, probably watching films of us. We're capable of blowing teams out. We got the talent. We worked all year for this. Now we just got to apply ourselves and just find that in your heart. Just right here in your heart. Play for your teammates.
What is it that you really believe about yourself? Do you really believe that about yourself? I'm just a dud. I can't get the job done. Someone else helped me. Someone saved me. Someone else comforted me. This is an individual thing you got to work on between now and tomorrow night. And for the rest of your life. Doesn't stop tomorrow night. You're going to work on it till the day you die, till the day they close the casket on you. That's something you have to work on. It's something all of us have to work on. It doesn't stop when you're 46 years old. I'm 46 years old. I'm as old as your parents. Does it stop when you're that age? No. Because you have to make commitments and promises your whole life. And you have to make new ones and different ones. You have to just keep growing. This is why you're here. This is why you're doing this. This is why we take this game seriously. It's not to keep a winning streak alive. It's to make you guys, to help you, to assist you, to try to point you in the right direction to be great people. Guys that can be depended on, guys with integrity, guys with honesty, guys that are tough, guys that are hard. That's our job. Not just to help you guys be that way, to keep trying to make ourselves that way too. We're not asking anything of you that we're not trying to do ourselves. You better get ready for this game. It's going to be a tough one. They're going to hit you too. Those guys will hit. Focus on what I'm going to tell you. I spent all weekend studying this team. What I'm going to give you are all the tendencies and things I found out about this team. This is where the ballers step out. NCS time is when the football players step forward. And all the mediocre guys kind of just fade back.
and let the ballers take over. Now, which one do you want to be? Or you? Or him? Or you? You're down the stretch, you're fighting for an undefeated season, you don't want to end your season with a loss. You could lose during the season sometimes and rebound and right yourself again. You lose this, you end the season on a loss, that you can't right yourself. That's the end of it. You can't come back and redeem yourself. You don't want to lose these next 2 games. You want to prep as best you can and focus yourself and really go after it. We've lost games in the regular season in the past and rebounded and won the NCS titles. And that's all good. That was all okay. That means we got better. You're not going to have any second shots from here on out. This is it.
I'm kind of, starting to get a little bit sad about leaving because I don't want to leave this team and I don't want to leave all of my friends out here. But in a way I know I have to grow up, and it's a part of growing up.
I feel like I've grown up 30 years this year. It's been super hard. I've had confrontations with both of these guys sitting here. Sometimes it ain't always about chasing somebody down and trying to make them do the right thing. Sometimes you got to give a little bit. There's a lot of things like that I've learned this year, that the only way, you think you can prepare yourself so well that nothing bad can happen to you. But then, I realized this year, all that preparation is only to make you stronger when those hard times do come. The mental preparation and the hard work that you put in, that work is to prepare you and make you stronger to pull yourself back out of the hole and come back the next day or the next week and, perform better as a person and as a player.
Sometimes, I want these days to go slow. Practice to go slow. I want everything to be going slow so I can just take it in, and just feel the love for the last time. Because I know I ain't gonna feel this nowhere else.
I was an individual up until my senior year. Junior year, I was out for personal stats, out for my own personal glory, my interceptions, my all leagues, whatever. I don't really know when the turning point was. Maybe when Matt when he had tears in his eyes, I think that might have been the turning point in my way of thinking. Like the next week would be the game. Me and D were kind of slacking a little bit. We were better than other people because of where our talent had taken us, not really because of where our hard work was at. They were working out after practice late, and we had already came in, and G came in our locker room, he was in tears, and he just started yelling at me. He said, "You're just doing enough to get by, you're not doing enough to get better." And I was like, "Man, I ain't trying to hear this." And I just hurried to put my stuff in my locker and just went home. I said, "Man, I gotta call Matt, I gotta see what the problem was." I called up Matt. I was like, "Man, what was the matter?" And then he just broke it all down. He said, do you know I consider you? And I was like, "No." He's like, I consider you as one of my best friends. When he said that right there, honest to God, he put me in tears. Just how much, love he had for me, and where he really held me in his heart. Kind of made me think, and from that point on, never reject anything, always went 100% to everything. Because I just, right there, understood how much it meant to him, how much it meant to everybody, and just click right there. You get past the football stuff and really, start building relationships that you're gonna have for the rest of your life with these people.
Football is a great sport, but it's a lot better when you play with people that love you and you love them,
I have a lot of respect for this team, for San Leandro. I do. Those dudes stepped up and kicked the right off the bat last year. Everybody's going, whoa, wow, where did they come from? We're De La Salle. Some guys want to call it a curse. I say that's the blessing of De La Salle. You got to go out every week and prove it. So when you show up tomorrow, whatever it is that excites you, whatever it is that's going to get you at bring your A game and your A heart, you bring it and you do it. And I don't know what that is for each and every one of you. What is it that gets your heart swollen? Hopefully, it's going to be that last chapter in the book that you've written for yourself this year. And I'd like to call that last chapter just what Coach Edson called it. Last chapter of the book isn't the NCS 3A title. or San Leandro. It's brotherhood. That's what it should be titled. Because just as he said, if that does mean anything to you, you'll play like it. That means everybody else is counting on everybody else in here to bring their A game and to bring their heart to that game. It's not coming in and hiding and saying, oh yeah, Demetrius will bust one eye, or Kevin's gonna run hard. Kevin will run hard, or Johnny will run a punt back. That's all bull. It's gonna be earned by you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you if you get in, and you on the kickoff. That's how the game's gonna be won. It ain't gonna be won by D or Johnny. Sorry, I hate to disappoint you if you're thinking that. I don't think you are, but I just want to make sure.
Remember one other thing. Nobody on this staff expects you to play perfect tonight. It's impossible. But what we do expect, and you should expect from yourself and each other, is a perfect effort. Follow through on your commitments tonight. Play hard and strong and confident. Understand that there's a lot of plays in a game, close to 130 plays or more. And you can't dwell on one or two. I truly believe that life's most impressionable lessons, ones you will never forget and that are life-changing, are the kind of lessons where you are under adversity. When something bad happens to you, or something challenging confronts you. And that's where you'll learn your lesson. I want to put it in its proper perspective. This is football, and it's fun and entertainment in games. That's all true. But nevertheless, you're in a very combative and competitive situation tomorrow night. And that is where you are going to find out about yourself. When you take that field, when a play comes into the huddle that has your name on it, no one can climb into your head and hear what that little voice is saying to you. Is it saying, oh no? What's it gonna say? You're gonna find out about yourself. And you know something? That's the thing about a team. So is everybody else. See, this is an opportunity for you to grow. This is an opportunity for you to turn a corner and say, I stared something difficult in the face and did something about it and made a difference. It's time for you guys to decide who you want to be and define yourself as a team. You can't, like Coach says, you can't wait any longer. If I was to give you guys a grade, your midterm, your mid-season grade, you got about a C. And there's too many good athletes, potentially good athletes in this room to say that. Tomorrow's another opportunity. It's time to step. It's time to go. The light is green. This team will never be considered a great team or a good team until you completely own it yourself. You got a stretch coming down the road that's going to challenge it. And I don't want to lead you into it. I want to be the guy in the back. I want to be the real general that amasses all their guys in front of them and says, go get them. That's the way it's got to be. And then you guys turn around and then you're gone. I don't want any of you guys on Friday night coming back to me going, we can't run this play, run that play. I'm running anything and we better make yards on it. Tonight, those kids, they were gonna run themselves into the ground like a racehorse. Some of them, I was feeling like by any moment, they were gonna just drop from exhaustion. That's how hard they played. That's how much they gave. And it was inspiring. It was so impressive to see young kids with such determination. When you see it like that, the way they did it, it's a rare find. And since I'm in the business of working with kids and trying to bring some of that stuff out in them, it was like a huge victory.
And I don't mean on the field, I just mean validating my work.
Who's got the passion every week? Who's gonna grow in here and step up? Y'all want to be anonymous. You guys all, every time I look at it, heads down and looks staring at the ground, won't look anybody in the face. Where's your guts? Where's your courage? And I don't mean just getting on a field and hitting somebody. That's not the guts and courage I'm talking about. And you guys just want to sit there. Say, hey, we had our pregame meeting. We went through the motion and we're ready now. We're ready for Pittsburgh. Oh, really? Are you? Well, keep trying to convince yourself that.
It seemed like that team had a lot of guys leading by example. And on any good team, there's got to be a guy that, finally says something to somebody and gives that peer leadership through words.
I talk to my brothers about every week. They tell me how